Welcome, those of you that see this tomorrow. I'm going to open up my cookie box here. Mm, I have an amazing cookie right here. Amazing cookie right here. Mm-mm-mm. Cookie is amazing. All right, just shut my box here. We're gonna put some cringe music on. Fingers right here. All right, we're gonna put some chill music on. There's right there because I think for some reason YouTube pushes the videos more when I got the music on. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit though. All right, we're good. Um, so I got a lot to say. Shout out to Pedro, by the way. Pedro, he did his live stream. Go check him out, Pedro Dorda Santiago. He did his live stream, and I pulled up on there. I told him already I didn't really want to come on because of what just happened. I feel kind of embarrassed about what just happened. Okay. Um, I gotta stop trying to like I go over people's heads sometimes. Okay, and it was an awkward interaction. If you want to go look, guys, it was at like 2 hour and like maybe 20-minute mark. It was like within the last like half an hour to 40 minutes of his live. Okay. So I haven't listened to his lives in a minute because I be busy. I got the schoolwork, I be on my own live, I be doing my thing. But I was with Cali girl, I was with her family hanging out and I saw him pop up and I was half asleep and I went to go take a nap. So I was listening to him until I was trying to fall asleep. But I'm listening and it was giving me energy because you had like the whole panel was full. So you had like a full room of like 8 people or 9 people total. And they were all cooking. They were all talking about how, gig work is not feasible for some people, but it's great for other people. And the whole 100 hours work week makes no sense. It's borderline stupid. And I'm like getting into this because this is like the conversation I wanted to have with Pedro like uh, a month and a half ago. I reached out. Honestly, I ain't gonna say I reached out, but in the chat, I said, you should consider doing a live to where you talk about the addiction or being addicted to gig work and rideshare because I'm faced with it. And like it's literally funny that I'm like 2 months and a half out. Yeah, I had a couple days I did some DoorDash, but I haven't really done it all like that because it's trash. So I just stayed away. I mean, I'm gonna try to do it, next week, but for the most part, I'm out of the game. So he I wouldn't say he had this show that was based on that, but the vibe of his live was like that, to where he was talking about people were venting pretty much. It was like a AAA meeting, or Gamblers Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous, whatever. AA meeting. So I go on there because on my way back to my house, I'm on my bike and I see a spot opened up and I'm thinking whatever. So I pushed my finger on it and it popped open and it was open. I felt like a little bit like a groupie. It was kind of some nasty work, low key nasty work. So I get in there and I'm thinking like, because these people, see, this is where I get excited, okay? Because Pedro can keep the room going, keep it, or not his room, but keep his show going because he's complex. But the problem that I saw he faced, and I noticed that he faced when he was trying to get something out, people were cutting him off, not letting him talk on his own show. And most people come to see Pedro, not to come see the other people. So Pedro had to like say, hey guys, hold on guys. I haven't got to talk this whole time. I'm not trying to mute y'all, but y'all gotta let me talk. I deal with that on my channel to where people be thinking that like people are here for them and they be thinking they're cooking and they be talking nonsense. They'll come on my channel and they'll like literally yap the whole entire time, not give anybody no space to talk. They just talk the whole time. And shout out to J Media in the building. And you know, it's frustrating because people don't have no decorum. They don't have any respect for the channel host. Like when we start talking, you shut up and let us talk. Respect that we're giving you a platform to talk. So what happened was I jump on when, you know, a couple people jumped off. I jump on. I got in the room. I was on my bike still. So I'm trying to fly to the house. I'm on my way home anyway, and I got like about 10 minutes till I get home. So I'm stalling for time. And then he called me and the other guy and said, hey, you know, if y'all want to add opinions. At this point, I'm in an elevator. Okay. So I'm in an elevator and I'm hoping that the dude could talk until I get off the elevator. He does. So I get to talking. I'm in the hallway and I'm going into my my apartment and I start talking because I had the floor. But what I mean by nasty work, it was nasty work because, you know, I'm better if I'm in front of my computer or if I got my phone set up in front of me to where, you know, I'm coherent, my mind is clear, and I can see the chat. So I can see the way the room is going. But I didn't have that in front of me because I was a minute too late getting in. So I start just going on like a freestyle, not knowing the way the room was going to go. He just said, if you want to add, you know, I want you and, you know, the other guy to add your 2 cents in with the topic. So I go and I start talking about, you know, I started off by talking about how, you know, this made me comfortable to come on because these people, it's like an AA meeting. These people are all venting about why rideshare is good, why rideshare is bad. And I'm going to tell you guys this straight up, okay? I'm addicted. Like literally, it took a lot for me to quit. I had a bunch of people telling me to quit, telling me that this is stupid, it ain't gonna work. I was being hard-headed, okay? And I'm breaking this down into like what I said, but it ain't in order because I don't know exactly how I said it because it was like the spur of the moment. I had to freestyle it. I'm like, pretty much, I got a job. I start tomorrow. I haven't had a job in like 8 years, like a 9-to-5 type job, even though it's part-time. And then I went into how, you know, when I blew through all my money, you know, when I blew through my $1 million in assets I had in 3 years, you know, I went to rideshare right away and gig work. That was the wave that started at that point. And then I went into how, like, you know, I've been addicted to it. And Ken Stevens, okay? What I mean by addicted is this. You are doing something, you're doing something that you know is bad for you and you know it's not going to work for you, but you can't walk away from it. That's addiction, okay? And at one point, yes, I had a gambling addiction and I had a rideshare and gig work addiction, okay? It is what it is. So I'm talking about this, and I gave these people, it was like probably, like, not including Pedro, we got 7 other people on this panel, and I'm giving them a lot to work with. I'm talking about, I gave them like the gambling angle, or not the gambling, but the inheritance, 1 million blown angle. I gave them the addiction angle. I gave them the angle of freaking like I'm about to go get 9 to 5. I gave up. I gave them the angle of people telling me to quit doing gig work, you know, keep, you know, to keep it pushing. I gave them that angle. I gave them all these angles. I gave them a few more. I'm not going to go into every single one because it was off the top of the dome. And I said to Pedro, thanks for having me on. And now I know I said it in a way of like, I'm out, like, bye. But I said, like, I appreciate you because it was dead air. After I said everything, when I said everything, it was dead air. Let me show you how, this is how it sounded. Let me show you how it sounded. It sounded like this. Hold on, I'm gonna show you how it sounded. I'm like this. I'm like, no rebuttal, no response, no criticism, nothing for me to work with. I just sat on here on this live waiting for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And these dudes have no charisma, no type of anything to come back with a response. Like, bruh, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? And then I got the boot because I was so embarrassed inside that I'm like, well, thanks for having me. Appreciate you. And he just like, without me saying anything after that, I'm thinking I'm gonna just stay on and maybe like, somebody's gonna ask me a question or something. I got the boot. Like, I'm in the backstage and I start talking and I said something else I forgot, but I was already backstage. I was about to say, like, all right, well, Pedro, I'll talk to you another time. I'll let somebody else come up. But guess what? I got the boot already. And I felt so awkward and ignorant because, like, I'm like, bro, I gave y'all 4 talking points. That was way more interesting than what was being talked about because the guy that was yapping for a whole like half an hour, I couldn't change the station because this dude literally wouldn't let Pedro or nobody talk. He was just yapping about how he feels like a victim because people were talking about how he works too much. Hold on, guys. Let me make it clear what happened, okay? It's okay, DJ. Most quiet viewers, including these 2 chatters, probably have drug addictions. Yeah, you already know. They sound like they got drug addictions. You already know. This is off topic. You kind of look like a normal version of Tyler, the Creator, in a nice way. Appreciate that, Yoru, but I hope I don't, because he looks like a dork. What's that? Dennis, you ramble on and talk about 15 topics in 5 minutes. It gets the average person caught up. They ain't know how to even start rebuttaling what you said. We're used to it over here, but Pedro viewers ain't. You kind of like Tyler. Okay. Okay, so y'all said the music is too loud. Let me turn the music down. So look, guys, I'm sorry. That ain't how YouTube works. You're supposed to be engaging. And my thing is, I was engaging enough. Actually, let's go back to it. Let's just go to it. Let me show you how the nasty work. Mind you, I shouldn't have did this. I told y'all I wasn't even going to go on, but I did tell myself last week that I was going to try to make an effort to come on this week. Let me show y'all how nasty this was. It was like crickets. They did try to cut me off when I mentioned the $1 million, but it was just nasty. I'm like, bro, like, do y'all got nothing? Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. It was absolute, like I got freaking destroyed. Like, I'm ashamed of myself. I should have not came on. I was embarrassed, low key. All right, so let me show y'all. All right, so this dude
about the taking a break. It was just
not him. So I'm on my bike.
Who were so comfortable with the.
This dude right here is yapping the whole time.
It comes from.
Hey, right.
Pedro, exactly. Pedro had to tell him like, chill out.
They don't know how to adapt.
This dude was literally yapping the whole time. I think
I'm back to myself, and I'll be on
this
my
yapping the whole time, and I'm like, stuck.
It's okay for Roy to question Boots.
The pizza bag.
Pedro had to tell him.
The dude was like, I don't give a fuck about a pizza bag. That's not being.
And
so then this is when I jumped on because
they only see one aspect of my life, and that's the life I give them on YouTube. Because there was a
spot open.
Yeah. That's it. They don't know the outside of my life. They probably don't even know I'm about to go to Michigan.
So this is when
that point, like I said, I had never seen you before. I have never seen you about no channel. I didn't out here who been doing it longer than me.
I take the helmet off, better getting prepared, whatever.
And then when I
hyped up, ready to cook.
I say being able to.
This guy starts talking.
Down to
me for time.
In January, I lost like 13.
Here we go.
A lot of us are losing.
So see, I'm like, before I get into it, because this is nasty, absolute nasty work. Okay, nasty work. I don't like to do anything not being prepared. Okay. So So here's the situation. I came in top of the dome, and if I would have been on any other panel with people that got charisma, got personality a little bit more than just like being mean and disgruntled, somebody would have had a rebuttal. But I should have known that this ain't nothing to Pedro. Pedro, if it was one-on-one with Pedro, man, Pedro would have cooked for like 3 hours. I would have had a lot to say. Shout out to Alex in the building. So here's the situation. Hold on. Pedro then kicked this man off because he stuck the whole panel. I don't know what that even means. I don't know what that means. So I'm sitting here, and you got like literally, like I went on this whole tangent, and like it was like dead end. I'm like, no, why did I come on here at this point? Like I should have waited. I told Pedro this is why I don't like coming on his lives because shout out to Roy. We got Roy in the building. Put the link up for you, Roy. So this is why I told Pedro I don't come on his live stream because this is the only lives that he does. And when I went on the last time, it was with the freaking glitch people. But every time I try to come on, it's people that I can't bounce the conversation off of. It's literally just dead air. And like it was awkward because this was my like time. I'm like, I said last week I was gonna come on. Not last week, but I said this week I was gonna come on. And I should have just not came on because I was literally like, I didn't think a spot was gonna be open. I'm on my bike trying to fly to the house, and freaking it was time when I was getting off my bike. So I was already rattled. So I had a bunch of different things to say, and like when it ended, it was like such dead air. No response that I like said, hey, well, thanks for having me on. But I'm thinking I'm gonna be like able to like, bounce some ideas off with these people. And freaking I got the boot fast. I'm like, Jesus Christ. What am I doing here? That was embarrassing. Like, that's why I don't go on nobody's panels. This is why y'all never see me in nobody's panels. And by the way, if anybody wants to jump on the live stream, y'all can. The link is right there. Not just Roy. If any of y'all want to jump on too, you got it right there. Oops, I think he came in and out. So let's wait for Roy to come back in. But yeah, this is the reason why, guys, I tell y'all I don't jump on nobody's panel because it's always embarrassing for me because I go too deep. Like I remember I had a guy, this was like 4 months ago. I had a guy that called me a racist, like called me Uncle Tom. And then I go on his show to debate him about this stuff. And within like 4 minutes, he's like, you know what? I agree with everything you're saying. You know what? You're not Uncle Tom. I was just playing. And I'm like, okay, so now what I got to work with? Dude, this is a show. Do you want entertainment or not? Like you said you wanted a debate, but you called me Uncle Tom on my channel. Now you want to act like it's cool. And then you want to bring me on to your, and then you don't want to talk politics now.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to Roy in the building.
He's always in there.
What's up, man?
Nothing much. Please make light or explain to me what, I mean, I feel like it was nasty work. What happened with that exchange? Jesus Christ. I'm embarrassed.
What's the problem with that kind of shit is people can't take other people's personal opinions, bro. We see this on all channels, bro. It's this the way I look at it, bro. If I give you a generalization of what I see on YouTube and what I see people do on YouTube, there's always going to be that one person that it doesn't apply to that's going to get the butt hurt. And that's the problem. If you know what I'm saying does not apply to you, then you have no reason to get upset and you have no reason to respond to it because you know deep down inside yourself that that it doesn't even apply to you. So why, if you're feeling that you are being attacked by something I say as a generalization, then it may apply to you. You see what I'm saying? You can't sit there and on one hand and say, oh, this doesn't apply to me, but then you get your feelings hurt when I make a generalized conversation or generalized point about something, and then you go off taking it as a personal hit. Because me, if you say something about me or you make a generalized statement, and I know it doesn't affect me, I'm not even going to comment on it, let alone try to justify what the fuck I'm trying to say. Excuse my language, bro. I'm sorry. You know I cuss.
You good. You can cuss. You can cuss. It's all good.
So I'm not even going to speak on it because it doesn't fucking apply to me. So why am I speaking on it, let alone try to defend myself about it? And that's the problem with a lot of shit on YouTube right now is you can't make a generalized conversation or a generalized comment without everybody getting their butt hurt, even though they know it doesn't even apply to them. And that's my biggest issue with a lot of people. It's like, bro, if I make a generalized comment about 100 people and you're 5 of the 100 it doesn't apply to, why the hell are you even speaking on it or having an issue with it if you know it doesn't apply to you? And that's a lot of the problem with these guys on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'll tell you this, okay? That was Pedro's live. All good. So the situation is, if you and Pedro are doing one-on-one, you bounce a lot off each other. You guys can keep a conversation going. It's entertaining. When I go on any of these lives, these debate, whatever you want to call them, shows, they allow people that are like so one-dimensional that don't really have. They sit there and they're like, yeah, so my mom, she kicked me out the house and now I gotta go work. Like one-dimensional. There's no context. Like, okay, so I I hit my mom in an accident because I had a bad day doing there's no complex context to it. It's always just vanilla. So it was kind of nasty because I came on there and mind you, I wasn't gonna come on, but a spot opened up. I was on my bike and I saw you and Pedro. Y'all was cooking at first, and then you had the other guy, I forgot his name, the black guy who's the original guy. He's cool, but he's like kind of like, it wasn't really fun to listen to, okay? But when you and Pedro go, you guys put emotion into it. So then the Hawaii dude, I'm assuming Hawaii was the one that just was yapping for like the whole last of the live, right? The one that had a problem with you, that was Hawaii, right? Yeah, so he's one of those, like, he came on like a victim. And that's the main reason why I went on, because he reminded me of me back in the day. So I came on to more so tell him my experience with me quitting and my gambling issues and working all these hours and losing all my weight, blah, blah, blah. And I came on and did that. And it's like, I got the boot so fast. And it's like those other guys that was up top. I know I said, thanks for having me on. It sounded like I wanted to go. But I said that because it was like a good 5-6 seconds of silence, no rebuttal. And I'm thinking to myself, you got like 4 other guys up top that don't really say anything. They're just like, not want to say yes, man, but they're just there just to, hey, I'm here, see my face. And they don't get booted, and I got booted that fast. And then they ain't a shot to Pedro. I know he didn't mean to do it. He probably thought I wanted to go. But I don't know. I just didn't understand that.
No, first of all, you got booted because your volume went out. You couldn't hear you. That's why he put you back.
Okay.
That's why he put you backstage. It had nothing to do with what you were saying or nothing.
Okay.
It's because you couldn't hear what you were saying. So he put you in the backstage, and then when you started, he was able to hear you again. That's when he kicked you back on. So that's what happened. So it had nothing to do with what you were saying or anything like that. As far as what you were saying, I try when I'm on these panels, I try to let everybody let their shit out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to speak on something right away. When you said I had a gambling problem, I watch your channel. I watch your channel a lot.
Appreciate that.
I've seen the stuff that you've gone through because I've been through a lot myself. So I see a lot of that shit. And my whole deal is I'm not going to instantly jump on something you say right away when you say it. I'm going to let you get into it. Yeah, you can come on and say, Dennis had a gambling problem. I've had an addiction. I've had this and that. I'm waiting for you to go more into depth of what the issue was, why you felt that way before I even speak on something. Because I had a brother that had a gambling addiction. I could go into all that with you, but I want to hear what you have to say about your addiction. I don't want to just speak on, okay, you have a gambling addiction, and then when I say something to you, you automatically take it as I'm beating your ass. I don't even have the full concept of what you were talking about in order for me to make an opinion on it or to even speak on it. So that's why I won't speak on a lot of stuff. And when you say a lot of these people are one-dimensional, bro, you got to realize these people's lives are based on, they live on these apps 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can't have any multiple dimensions to you as a person if you're only attached to one thing in your life. I can come on and I can talk about all this shit because I had I've had in 51 years of my life multiple things. I went through multiple things. I don't live my life on an app. I don't work. I do what I do to make my life happy and what makes me happy. So that's why I'm not that one-dimensional that you see, because I don't live to come on YouTube just to talk about fucking work all the time like these people do. You 99% of these people you see, it's because of the work. You come onto my channel, we talk about everything other than hopefully work. Granted, work comes up because, once again, like you said, people want to talk about work because that's all they do 18 hours a day. I don't work 18 hours a day. I work an 8-hour shift. I come home, fuck around, do whatever. Same on the weekends. I don't work on weekends. So I have a life. I have other things that I can speak on and I can talk about. So when you come into a live stream, or when I come into your live stream or anybody's live stream, I don't want to hear about fucking work. I don't like work. If I could win the fucking lottery tomorrow, bro, I'd win the lottery. I would never have to talk about work or live work. I don't like work. Work that's just a part of a life we got to do, and you do it and move the fuck on. I don't want to talk about it. I do it. I want to talk. I do it for 8 hours a day. The last thing I want to fucking do is talk about it, bro. That makes no sense to me. That's why sometimes even I get irritated with a lot of this stuff, because you're working 15 hours a day. Why do you want to for the next 4 hours talk about work? You just did it 15 hours. I don't want to fucking talk about it.
And I agree.
When I leave work, work's behind me. I don't want to fucking talk about it. There's other things in life to talk about than work, to be honest with you. And with your situation, when you were throwing out your issues, I want to hear more about the issue. I want to hear the whole story. Yep. Before I can speak on anything, I got to know the whole story. If I told you right now what I did in Pedro's, that I've almost died twice, how can you speak on that? You don't know how I almost died. You don't know what happened to me. So if I came on here and said, okay, I almost died twice, and then I turn around on another live stream like you did right here and said I gave him all these topics, how the fuck would you even talk about that topic if you were on a panel like I was, for example? You can't.
I mean, I'll say it depends. It depends. And by the way, guys, go follow his channel, Real Talk with Roy, because I met him with this. Like, he doesn't hold any punches. Like, he tells you how it is. He's one of the realest out here on YouTube. So that's the reason why you got to understand, like, whenever like drama happens, especially in the gig space, they reach out to Roy because he's going to tell you if you're right or wrong, and he's going to keep it real. But I'm gonna have a follow-up question about the whole situation with the Pedro, and that'll be, before you leave, I want to ask your opinion on that. But I get where you're coming from. These people don't know me, and I was kind of vague. I just thought, because, when I have people come on my channel and they tell me a bunch of different things, I know how to ask a follow-up question. But one thing I gotta remember, that wasn't my live. That wasn't my time to do it. And I should have remembered that. I didn't want to divert the conversation. I just figured, because you had that guy pushing that 100-hour diet, even though it takes some vacations, and you made it more of like a victim. Like, you're picking on me. You should, because you're promoting and trying to get people to think that doing 100 hours with these gig apps is something that's even close to doable for 99% of the rest of the gig space. So, you can't be mad when he gets this slander, because, it's like smoking cigarettes. You're smoking a cigarette right now. Imagine if you came on here and I'm like against cigarettes because you can get, they say cancer and all this stuff. You don't know what you can get, but you're still smoking. Like, hey, guys, you can smoke this cigarette. You're not going to get cancer. It's all safe. It's all good and all. You're going to be like Hawaii, because you're selling people a dream that's not real. That's more so the reason why I felt the need to come up there. And I'm like, you know what, dude, you're trying to push a narrative that's just not there anymore. 6 years ago, gig apps used to be a thing. Now you can do it for part-time money, but in reality, in most markets, you got to get a job now. But my question to you is, in Hawaii, Roy, not Hawaii, but in Las Vegas, can you still make money?
Can you still make money? Of course. You can. See, that's the thing. That's another thing. You can always make money. The only issue with making money is having the tools in your bag to make the money. Can you do one specific app and make money? I did it. I did rideshare for 3 years, average 65 to 70 grand a year, working 35 to maybe 40 hours. It can be done if you do it in the right way. But right now in the community, the way things are working, one app isn't going to do it for you. So that's where it comes into. It's kind of like investments. You don't want to invest all your shit into one. And that's the problem with a lot of gig people is they get situated where they're happy with just one. They just want to do DoorDash. They just want to do Uber Eats. They don't want to expand, shit because they get comfortable doing just one thing. And in the gig work, the way the environment of gig work is right now, you can't do one thing. You got to open up your arsenal. When I go out shooting guns, I don't bring one gun. I'm bringing my arsenal because I'm going to practice with all my shit. So I'm proficient with all my shit. And if you just go out and you just use one, okay, you might be proficient with that one, but that one may not be the one you're using to save your life. It may be your rifle, it may be your shotgun. So you got to be proficient in all your tools. And that's the problem with most gig workers is they're not proficient or they don't have the tools in their bag that they should or they can. If you live in Vegas, there's so many apps you can have on your phone. And I'm sure, and from my experience and from what I've seen on YouTube, every app has days where they do bomb shit compared to other apps. DoorDash might suck ass on Monday, but TaskRabbit might be blown up on Monday. Uber Eats might be blown up on Tuesday, but they suck on a Wednesday. So the more in your arsenal you have, the better chance you're going to make good money doing it or make money, period. But if you rely on DoorDash, knowing that if you're Vegas, DoorDash sucks Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they suck. Well, of course, you're not going to fucking make no money on it because they fucking suck those days. But if you have multiple other issues in your arsenal, because Uber Eats does good on Monday, you have Uber Eats, do Uber Eats. Fuck DoorDash on a Monday. You have Instacart on Wednesday, screw DoorDash, do Instacart. That's the way people got to start looking at gig work nowadays instead of getting in a stupid ass mindset that they need to work one app or this one app that's got to fucking cater to me. And that's what I want. They need to cater to me. So it comes to the hustler mindset. Can you have a hustling mindset and still do it 40 hours a week? Fuck yeah, you can do that. That's what another thing that irritates my ass is these people say you're not a hustler because you ain't doing it 100 hours a week. A real hustler doesn't have to do it 100 hours a week.
No.
A real hustler has his shit and his game down that he can do it in 40 hours and have a life and shit. So if you sit there and tell me you got to fucking do 100 hours of hustling just to pay your bills, maybe your hustle isn't as strong as you think, in my opinion. Maybe you need to relook at your hustle a little bit and rearrange it to where it works that you don't have to work 100 hours a week. That's the way I look at things. I look at like I'm happy. I do pretty good at the job that I'm at now. I'm happy. I make the money I want to. Can I go out and do DoorDash on the weekend? Fuck yeah, I do. But I drive 5 days a week, bro. I don't want to drive all the fucking time. So that's why I don't. But I can. I have it in my arsenal that if I want to go make an extra quick $60 in 2 hours, 3 hours, I can do so. But that's the problem. These people, they get stuck. Their mindset is stuck on one thing and one thing only. And that's all it boils down to. They just need to step up their game and don't call, and don't put people down and say, because I hustle 100 hours a week. Well, to me, if you're hustling, you got to hustle 100 hours a week. Your hustle is kind of weak to me because a real hustler can get it done in a lot less, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're gonna, and 100 hours. I mean, you just don't have a life. I mean, here's the thing people don't understand. Like, because I think somebody said something about money don't buy you happiness. I don't know if that was you or whoever said that. I agree now, but when I had the money, it buys you comfort. And I know that when I had all that money, I wouldn't say I was happier because I didn't know about money. Like if I had a choice of living now, but knowing what money is about, and back then having that $1 million and not knowing what money is about, I'm going to choose this all day because I'm going to lose the money again because I lost my value of money. I lost my, ultimately my purpose in life. I just thought that it was smashing chicks, looking flashy, like whatever you saw on TV, that's what I picked up on. But I think that somebody asked the question, did I bomb? I personally think I bombed because I think I threw too much out there and it wasn't the right time and place. I mean, what do you think? Do you think I threw too much out there? I mean, what happened?
It's not. Let's not say you threw too much out there. You bring up your topics. That's fine. You're bringing up the shit that has affected your life, kind of like I brought up mine. Marcus brought up his. You just didn't elaborate on the shit, so nobody could say anything. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, then you just come up there shooting fucking ideas at somebody, but you don't elaborate on it. You can say I have a gambling problem. Well, how did the gambling problem affect your life? in order for us to make an opinion on it or to speak on it, I got to know how it affected your life. I don't know. Your gambling problem may have cost you to end up homeless, living on the streets. Your gambling problem might just drain your bank account, but you're still on your feet. You're still in the house. Shit, I don't know. I don't know the specifics. So when you threw 4 or 5 ideas like that, there's no way to respond to it because I don't know how it affected your life. Like when I said, I was married for 20 years. I got sick in the hospital. My wife cheated on me. I lost a 20-year marriage, a 4-bedroom house. I'm giving you the details of what happened and why it caused what it is. When you came out and shooting your ideas, I had no backstory on it to even speak on it. So I can't speak on it if there's no backstory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I get exactly what you're saying. I think
and one more thing. Let me tell you something, bro. At least you have the balls to come up and show your face. A lot of these motherfuckers, they just want to, they got the Sons of Anarchy vests on their fingers and they just want to plow away on the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? I do have an issue with some of the shit I see. The whole thing on the motorcycle, bro. I lived the motorcycle life for 15 years, clubs and all. And bro, that scares the shit out of me when I see you riding, doing DoorDash, talking on live streams and shit. Because I know what it's like I've crashed my bike I've been in 4 accidents on my bike. Okay, so I know what it's like. So I know the attention that it needs to be riding a bike. And when I see you watching the chat, speaking on the chat, right, bro, that scares the fuck out of me because a split second, you're done, bro. And but that's my one thing. But no, dude, I don't say you're gonna bomb. I'm not gonna say anybody bombs. Anybody that has the balls to come up, show their face, and speak their story, and willing to share their life like that. Like I have no problem sharing my life with y'all. You can go to my channel from day one. I told you I'm never gonna sugarcoat shit. My first video, I'm gonna tell you about Roy. I've shared my whole life. I've done live streams homeless in my car when it's 28 fucking degrees. So everybody can see my life, and I don't apologize for what I've done. I've been to jail 3 times. I don't fucking apologize. I did what I did. It's life. I sucked it up. I'm where I'm at now, and it is what it is. So no, I don't ever think anybody bombs that has the balls to come up and are willing to share their story. No, you didn't bomb. You just didn't give us enough information of how things have affected your life that we could speak on shit. That's
okay. That makes sense. I think I was doing what most people don't do. I was trying not to hijack his live because I could have gave more in like 10 minutes, but I think I summarized it in 4 minutes, thinking I was going to get a follow-up question, but it was no follow-up question. It was like silence. So I was like, But no, I will say, I think ultimately I took it the wrong way. I'm happy that you came up here. I thought that it was just boot. But, I get it. And that's the reason why I told Pedro I don't do live panels because I feel like I got more of a story to tell than most people because most people, they try to act like they're living this good life. Everything's great. They don't like to be vulnerable. I share everything just like you share. And that's what makes us stand out against the rest. Now, I asked you when you said, jail and all of that, and you said the bike situation. And I want to mention, too, that the DoorDash on a bike, I actually switched it up. So you were right. It was completely dangerous, not a line. What I've done, because I'm not going to act like I'm not going to do it. What it is I have a phone mount that I put right in front of me, okay? I don't look at the chat unless I'm at a stop sign. But at the same time, you still want to be looking both ways. I got in a motorcycle accident with a crotch rocket, but it was me. Somebody cut me off. And instead of me stopping, I went. And this is back in the day when I got, used to get drunk and drive bikes. I don't drink and drive. I would never do that again. It was ignorant. Now, the whole 3 camera setup I had at one point, or 2 camera setup and all that, I don't do that no more. I got the 1 camera, and I don't look down. I make an effort to not look down unless I'm at a stoplight or I'm parked waiting for an order. Now, doing DoorDash, I don't accept an order while driving. If I see an order come in through the phone, I pull to the side and I take that order. And I will say LA is a little bit more safe. I only do downtown. So I'm only doing like 30, 40 mile per hour traffic. I'm not doing no freeway. I would never look at the phone on the freeway. It's only when I'm downtown LA and USC campus. And I'm going no more than 30 to 35 miles per hour. But I'm going to take that into account. Now, would you say you were part of one of those biker gangs in your days of riding or no?
Oh yeah, for 15 years. I was on the black bike set for approximately 11 or 12 years, and then I ended up in a club that was affiliated with the Vagos 3 years, for almost 2.5, 3 years. So yes.
Okay. So was it really like the Sons of Anarchy? Because you're out here in the West Coast.
I won't speak on that. That is not my place to speak on that. That is, that's off limits for me to speak on anything. I don't have permission to speak on it, and I won't speak on that. But I can.
I respect that.
I can speak on the black set, because there are black 1% clubs versus black family clubs. Mine was a family club, so I can speak on that type of shit. I don't speak on any type of 1% type stuff, because that's not, I don't have permission to speak on that. But as far as the black set with the family clubs, it's a unique life, all about fucking respect and having your brother's back. And that's what it boils down to. Parties every weekend, driving out of town every weekend, going to other clubs, yearly annuals, having a good time. The bike club life teaches people to learn fucking respect for the man sitting next to him, because that man sitting next to you is your brother. It's a family, like people like that don't have large families or a family, a bike. If you're a motorcycle rider and you want to get into that family style shit, a bike club is awesome, because once you're accepted into that bike club, you become a brother or a sister to that club. And that's how it is. And you're treated the same, and you're expected to treat everybody in there like your fucking family, and to have their back like their family. That's why when I say I don't take bullshit, like I live that life. Like, the hands came quick. The hands have to come quick, because you don't know when something's going to pop off. And I'm not that guy that just speaks on the shit. It's how it works. It's how it is. There's none of this, try to talk it out bullshit. Especially, me being a sergeant at arms, that's one of my jobs, to make sure everybody was safe and deal with shit like that. So, but it's a great lifestyle. If it's something you really want to get into, it's barbecues every weekend, just having a fucking blast, riding wherever, and just having a good time with people that you all have something in common.
Yeah, I'll probably stay away, because I'm in a fraternity. So I'm in coincidentally a white fraternity, because they were the ones that set me. Nobody else asked me to be in a fraternity. And at the time, I'm like, you get chicks, you get free beer, sign me up. So I'm in a white fraternity. I don't know about ever getting into a bike gang. I know the bike place, I got my bike from Indian out in San Diego, and they invited me to go on like the rides with them. And, they got like a biker club. Now, I'm not saying they're going to invite me into their club, but, they were inviting me to come on rides. I just didn't want to do it, because I'm thinking, kind of negative about it. But now, once, my girl, she's comfortable riding the bike, we might ride up and go. She's Mexican. So I kind of had that negative thought in my mind, because of, watching, fake news for the most part, thinking that, white biker gangs are all going to be disrespectful, and I'll end up missing. But then this guy, literally nicest guy in the world, and I realized that he actually got a couple black guys that ride. He got some native Indian women, like a group of them that ride. It's a family. Now, of course, that's not really a biker gang. It's just the Indian motor club, whatever. But that's the reason why I asked that question. If it's like really about that life out here in California, because people told me to stay away, don't get indoctrinated, don't let nobody talk you into doing all that.
Like I said, there's different groups, but they're all motorcycle clubs. They're not gangs. They're not gangs. They're motorcycle clubs. But but it's a lifestyle. And like I said, I can't speak on the one part of it, but the regular family type clubs and shit like that, yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's less chance of any kind of real drama. You don't have to watch your back as much, or you don't have, as long as you show respect to your fellow riders and and shit like that, it's fine. It's a great lifestyle, actually. It's a real fun lifestyle.
Okay, and by the way, guys, it's actually Phi Kappa Tau fraternity, Phi Kappa Tau, Youngstown, Ohio. That was the fraternity that I was in. And also, I want to ask you, I don't know if you want to go here, if you want to wait till next week, but I threw your name out there on Torch Live. I'll keep it a buck, because I said that if it was you out there and not Pedro, I don't think that dude would have pulled up on you like that. Is that the truth? Do you really think that dude was like, because they tried to say it was fake, but I saw not the fear, but the embarrassment in Pedro's eyes, because he pushed the dude. It ain't like Pedro was like a chump, but like, I think that was disrespectful, wrong for that dude to do that. It was uncalled for. Pedro's like the nicest guy behind me and Jimmy Darts. I don't think he deserved that. Do you think that was more so like entertainment? Because I don't think he would have did that to you.
First of all, I don't know if it was fake, stage, whatever. No, he would have did that to me. Yeah, like I was telling everybody else, he would have saw the inside of his colon because that's where that phone would have went. Yeah, I don't play that. I don't play that type shit, bro. Like I said, I don't know you well, and you don't have no right to disrespect me, regardless. If I come on here right now and said, Dennis, you're a piece of this, you're a piece of that, and I saw you in person, and you run up on me, thinking, oh, yeah, it's on site. I don't play that game bullshit. Like, so I don't know if it was staged or not. And at the end of the day, was he stupid for doing that? Sure, he was, because there's people out there that will snatch your life in a heartbeat for running up on them like that. You know what? And that's just stupidity, especially in nowadays climate with everybody being so fucking sissified, strapped, scared. You say something about their mama and they freak and lose their shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for him to run up on somebody like that, he doesn't know. Maybe he thinks because he's the bigger guy that's all good. I've seen little guys 5'5", 5'9" beat the living fuck out of big dudes. So that has nothing to do with it. You're just playing with. I don't know if he was doing it for entertainment value, but if he would have did that with me, yeah, the only thing he would have saw was the fucking floor and that phone up his colon. Because I would have beat that ass. The minute you walk in my personal space like that, threatening me, I don't give a fuck who you are, and I don't care if I lose the fight, but I'm gonna swing on you and I'm gonna do what I can to take care of business. I don't play that game. It's just not a game I play.
So hopefully,
I was a bouncer in a strip club for 7 years.
Yeah, I remember that. That's the reason why we say you're an enforcer.
I don't play games. So, yeah, I've lived that life. I got paid to do that kind of shit, and so and like I said, with my motorcycle clubs and shit like that, you can't play that bullshit games. You can't play bullshit games like that, especially if you think it's entertainment. It's not entertainment to me. So it's possibly get your life snatched, and the right person will snatch you, and that's some stupid shit, bro. I'm sorry, but
no, definitely. I'll ask you this too, because it looked like you upgraded your whole setup. You got the freaking dope setup now. You got the chair. I don't know if you had this before, but you got the chair, you got the flag, but you got the lights around it. You got that whole background. Is this something new, or did you have it before? You just didn't really show it.
No, I just said all this stuff over the last 3 weeks or so.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, because I was just tired of seeing the same old. Because like I said, I want my channel to be something different. I want people to come in my channel, have a good time, not talk about work. And if it's just a plain ass bland background, this way it kind of gives you like a little bit of a party feel. To come in and just have a good time, let loose, kind of like if you were wanting to go to the club. I know it's not a club and I'm not trying to pretend it's the club, but it's just something a little bit different, just something to have fun. And so that's why I did it.
Now you got that big flag, and like this channel is becoming conservative channel, my channel personally.
That new fix. I will not answer that question. I told you I won't speak on that.
Which new fix?
Oh, he's in the chat. He asked me a question, and I told him I will not speak on that. I told him
okay. I got you. Now, I asked you, are you going to go political?
Am I going to go political? Probably not.
Yep.
You know what? You can talk all the politics you want. You can't change people's mind. You can try to change people's mind, but at the end of the day, people are going to think what they want. And no matter how much you slap them in the face with reality and the truth, they don't want to believe it. We live in a society right now where lies are accepted and the truth is you're considered a bad person. So, yeah, there's no.
do you go? Because remember, I went on. I had the one guy.
I'll talk politics somewhat. Yeah, I'll talk about it. But
okay, because the Robbie. Oh, I forgot his name, but it's like. The black guy, he owns like buildings, and I guess he goes out the country. I think he was he's like brothers or cousins with the other black guy that was on Pedro's Live, like Robbie or something, Bobby or something, Ricky Bobby or Ricky. I think his first name is Ricky. He's like a mainstay on all the gig war channels.
Oh, you mean like Ricky Knight?
Yeah, Ricky Knight. Yeah, he used to be on my channel. And I talk like I keep it where it is because like in Vegas, how like you have North Vegas, which is where most of the violence happens, and coincidentally, it's minorities doing it. So I'm talking about this stuff, how me being black, and I see violence happening with us more than anybody else, and it's statistically proven. So he pretty much came at me talking about, I'm Uncle Tom and Coon, this and that. So I come at him and I tell him, like, dude, let's debate it. Let's debate or whatever, wherever you want. So he tells me to come on this other channel, the Gig Wars channel. I go over there and he kind of deflected and said, you know what? We kind of think just alike. You're not like that. And I'm like, bro, I'm already here. Let's go. So we're talking on the Gig Wars channel, and then they stopped me at going into Trump. They didn't want to talk about the politics and the culture. But I think more than ever, we need to talk about these things because we got our country headed into a World War III with what Joe Biden is trying to push with, you got the Ukraine angle with Russia, and then you got Israel, another battle we'll need to be in. So I think we need more people talking about these things. So do you think it's better to remain quiet or?
If you want, no, I don't think you have to remain quiet. Let me answer one more thing to this guy.
No, go ahead. Anything you want to go for it? You got the floor.
He said something here. Not speaking on something the answer to. Yes, I know the answer to that. And just for when you put shaking your head, the answer to it as well, bro. The bicycle culture. You have seen the bicycle culture. You can look up what happens with that question you asked me. There's enough evidence out there that you can make the decision for yourself. You don't need me to speak on it, bro. The answer. Look it up. It's a common knowledge that you don't fuck around with 1% bike clubs, and you know what they do when you fuck with one of their own. And this. It's documented evidence out there of what happened. So I don't need to answer the question. The answer to the question, and I won't speak on it because I don't live that life anymore. I'm not in that life anymore, and it's not my place to talk about that life anymore. So I don't speak on it, and it's not my place to. So. Just so you know,
they feel some kind of way about you saying that because this channel, I'm about telling. So I tell the people, it's common sense. Okay, I don't tell on criminals doing criminal. Like if you're a criminal or if I'm doing crime with you, I'm not going to tell. But if you hurt an innocent bystander, like if you're just going down the street and you're shooting at another gang and a kid gets shot, I'm going to call the anonymous tip line and give them what they need to try to lock that criminal up. Because I don't want that dude out in the street because it might happen to my son. But when it comes to criminal, or if I'm doing something dirty, I think that's snitching. I go off of mob rules. I mean, do you believe in telling at all? If it law-abiding citizen getting hurt by an idiot that ran him over or something?
Do I consider criminal? Do I consider it snitching on people? No. If it's that's kind of an interesting topic. Like, should you involve yourself in a situation? It depends on how deep you want to involve yourself in the situation. Do you want to put yourself, or do you know the people that are fighting back and forth? Let's say you have two rival gangs and they're fighting back and forth. You live in the neighborhood with one of these gangs and, something pops off and then you run into the cops. That puts you in danger. So you got to look, is it worth putting yourself in danger and your family in danger? Or there's just so many, there's just so many like variable when it comes to that. Like, are you willing to, it's like, are you willing to jump in when a guy's beating down his woman? Are you willing to take that, knowing that most domestic violence or some of the worst people get hurt the worst, cops get hurt the worst, bystanders get hurt the worst because you want to play Captain Save-A-Ho and possibly lose your life. That's what you gotta weigh those options. And in my opinion, you just gotta weigh that option. So.
And anytime you want to respond to anything in the chat, just go for it. The reason why I asked you this is I had a guy come on to debate me, and he had the audacity to say, respect to the man, because at least he brave enough to come do it. The first guy said that he knows all these killers and that, he's not going to tell on them because, he's trying to give him another chance. He's going to talk him out of doing killing in the future, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, why do you know all these killers? You should be telling on them. I'm sorry. You know enough that you can call an anonymous tip line. You can use a Google voice phone number or use a restaurant number. They're not going to track it back to you. if you just tell them, hey, this guy murdered this person, he had on these clothes, they're gonna go and find evidence. And I'm all about getting people off the street that can affect me and my family and my community. But the second guy, he was debating me, talking about I'm like, why people don't want the black culture, and I call it the black culture. I don't know if you know what I mean by black culture, but I'm talking about the gangbanging and all the criminal side of the black culture. To where this dude, I'm like, if my son was a serial killer, I found that he murdered like 5 people, I'm going to go to the cops and just I'm gonna have him turn himself in, no doubt about it.
Of course. But
he said he's gonna whoop his son's ass and give him another chance. And then if he does it again, he's gonna whoop him again and give him another. I'm like, no, he's going to jail. You gotta do the right thing, because more than likely he's gonna do it again. So would you turn your son in, or would you street justice?
Would I turn my kid in if it was something horrendous, like he went out and like shot up a bunch of course, I'm going to say that was my kid. Of course, I don't. It is what it is. There's no street justice I can do for that, because I'm not gonna go out and kill my own kid. He's gonna have to face the consequences. I'm all about personal responsibility, facing your consequences. But if you look at it this way, if me and you were doing crime together, we're robbing banks, whatever the case may be, would I snitch on you? No. Would you snitch on me? That's the next question. So no, I wouldn't snitch on you, because we were doing the shit together, bro. I'm not going to snitch on you. That's how it works. But if I know Dennis, and if I'm sitting in the bank and I happen to know Dennis, and I know Dennis came in and robbed the bank, would I drop on you? Probably, because I have nothing to lose there. You were in there doing a crime. I happen to know who you were. You were doing a crime. But if we going in there together doing a crime and we both get arrested, I ain't snitching on you. I'm not going to snitch on you.
I agree. And see, the reason why I ask you this question is because people don't understand that if you ask majority of the whites, like Asians and any other group other than Black, Hispanic, majority of people are going to, who follow the law, are going to say, no, I'm telling that person, because that's making my price of whatever goes up when that person is looting a store, or that makes my neighborhood dangerous when that criminal who just murdered somebody, he's out because the dad don't want to tell on his son. But when it comes to us, we're going to say we don't want to tell on nothing. Like, we pretty much street cred. I mean, you don't want to lose our cred. We don't want to like make people mad at us if they do find out. And that's the reason why I tell people, I don't want that person that engages in that part of my culture that I'm supposed to believe in to move into my neighborhood. I'm sorry, because if you move in my neighborhood, I want you to be a law-abiding citizen. I want you to tell. If you see somebody like hit an old lady for no reason, like knockout game, you telling those kids. I'm sorry. So that's the reason why, like, I'm fighting the fight to try to get, and I say blacks and I say whites because we are segregated still in this this country in regards to the blacks. We do a lot of stuff on our own. Whites do their thing. So it's like, I gotta speak and make it normal for kids to understand. And ain't nothing wrong with being a good person. There ain't nothing wrong with being, I know it seems like you're gonna be called a lame or not cool if you're trying to do the right thing. But you shouldn't wait. You shouldn't be until you're 30s to realize that you gotta do the right thing. We gotta get kids when they're in their teens and in their 20s to realize Candace Owens is not a bad person compared to Cardi B. Words aren't killing us. Cardi B and the degrading of our women thinking it's okay. Because I remember back in the day, and I'm pretty sure you remember, you had to take a woman out to multiple dinners to get nude pictures, unless she was a hoe. But now you have the good women. I think they gotta settle and be, engage in like degeneracy to like get attention from guys. And I just think it's causing the whole culture of America to just go so far away from God to where you can't even talk about God in schools. So that's the reason why I'm going to this route with my YouTube channel, going more to political, like I call it common sense route, if that makes sense.
Well, what's up, Real Goon? How you doing? Well, as far as this society right now is just gone down the toilet. Because just like the gig work shit, it's all about your wallet. Everybody wants to base their manhood on their wallet. They want to base what kind of man they are. They want to base their wallet. They want to base the female on what she looks like, how big her ass and tits are, whether or not, come on. It's superficial bullshit. And if you got any ladies in the house, ladies are doing this to themselves. I I'm a grown ass adult. If I listen to the music, I listen to a lot of rap and R&B music. That's kind of I like. Just because I'm listening to a motherfucker talking about going out and blasting up the homies and blasting up this, that, ain't gonna make me go out and go start blasting motherfuckers. You got a fucking brain. Use your fucking brain. And that's what it boils down to. It's were you not raised to think for yourself? It boils down to be on the parent or the parents to deal with that shit. That's the problem. And right now in this culture, the parent or parents are too busy who the next person they're going to fuck on Tinder is than worrying about their fucking where their kid is at night. They're more worried about the next guy they're going to fuck on Tinder, hoping that he's going to give them the bag that they're looking for. And that's the fucking problem. How can you teach your daughter to be, a human, a decent human female when you're the one out there fucking bringing home a different guy every night, fucking them in that same house she's living in? You can't do that because she's going to pick up on that. And that's how she thinks. She says, well, this is how my mom gets attention. She's getting fucked by a different guy every night. So that's what she's going to think. And that's the unfortunate part that we've, these people, shit like that. But to me, it's women are hurting themselves. A woman can listen to Cardi B's music all she wants. That doesn't mean she has to turn herself into a hoe. Right.
I mean, it's kind of like they imitate. Cause somebody just mentioned, and by the way, Rhino's my biggest critic. They don't understand that I'm 37 now, but like when I was freaking 20, I was engaging in what rap music was. I was living that life because I thought that was real, a reality. I didn't think I could be a scientist or anything like that. So, Call of Duty, you have maybe 2 people, 3 people max a year, and usually white kids that go and shoot up a grocery store or something because of either associated to a video game or some type of rhetoric that they heard that they thought was real, whatever such. That's what you have. Now, when it comes to black folks, you got to understand, you have rappers that are rapping and doing what they're rapping about. You literally have rappers that are selling drugs and pimping out chicks, and they're talking about it in their music. You have people that got bodies on them, and they're talking about it in their music, and it's happening more than not. So y'all got to know the difference between Tupac and Biggie, who talked about, things that they weren't doing. You knew, like back in the day, those rappers weren't doing what they were talking about. The popular ones, but the grimy ones, yes. But the popular ones, they wasn't catching bodies. But now, the most popular rappers all got bodies. And I don't know why people they refuse to know the difference. Just like Cardi B. She has a huge fan base, and you have like the Sexy Red or whatever her name is, nothing sexy about her. She's rapping about STDs and stuff, and like she made it cool for these young, because usually the poor people are the ones that are the most impressionable. So like she's making it cool for these young chicks, these young women, ladies, to go and like start having sex at young ages and slut themselves out to get attention, because attention is everything. So that's the reason why I just want more people like me. I'm hoping to get to the level of a Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum and the black conservatives that are trying to change the wave, because we need it, because it ain't cool to be this way. And like if I had somebody when I was 20, like a adult that was successful, or just maybe making 60, 70,000 a year, I'd probably have all the money I blew away, the whole $1 million, because I would have somebody show me something.
But I'm not gonna blame an entertainer for people acting stupid, don't have the common fucking sense, bro. I'm never gonna blame an entertainer because she says go out and spread your legs and fuck every guy you can, and women go out and follow it. That's because the women don't have the brain cells to do that. They're the ones doing that. I don't believe that. I don't believe in that, because of me growing up, we had rappers that rapped about that shit. Not everybody was out there killing everybody. No, it wasn't the deal. It wasn't. It's the way people are being raised and grown up now, because, like I said, everybody is looking for the quick fix. Everybody wants a quick money. Yeah. Everybody wants quick everything. And but I'm never going to blame an entertainer because they want to. Does that mean a country rapper? I mean, a country fucking artist sings about a big truck. That doesn't mean every fucking hillbilly's got to go out and buy a big truck. No. Do they all go out and buy big trucks? No. It's just, you can't, it's just people don't, it's the way you were raised. At the end of the day, it's the way you were raised. If you were raised with good moral values and, to think highly of yourself and to love yourself first versus loving everything else like a fat wallet or this or that, then you were raised right. But You know, too many people are, you know, they want that attention. Everybody wants to be the center of attention. I don't give a fuck. I'll stand in the back of the room. I don't need nobody's fucking attention. I could care less. And that's the unfortunate part is everybody wants to be the center of attention. I could give a fuck less about attention.
I got you on that. Christina, I agree. And Christina, if you want to jump on, you can jump on. You want to make a point. But you see that comment up there, not all music was effed up like that. I don't know. Are you familiar with the new generation of music, like the past five years?
Yeah, I don't really pay much attention to it, to me, because I don't. Like I said, I listen to mostly old school shit. I hear about it on the news. I see videos on YouTube about it.
Yeah.
I just don't pay attention to it because it's not something I gravitate towards, because I'm not that kind of person. I don't feel the need to pull my gat every time I have a disagreement. I don't. So I listen to more old school R&B type stuff and older rap music, because to me it made more sense. It was more rhythmic. It was just more everything to me. Nowadays you can go and then you got to hit record. That's garbage to me. So I don't consider that, you know, stupid. And that just goes to show the way people have been raised. So no, I don't really get into it that much. And like I said, it all, at the end of the day, like Christina is saying, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. Yeah. And if you look at entertainment as some way you want to emulate your life, then that just means you got something wrong here. That doesn't mean the artist is at fault. That means you're at fault, or your parents are at fault because they didn't raise a better person to think for themselves and not want to have to be the center of attention. Like, see, I'm comfortable with myself. I don't need to be center of attention. I was raised to be comfortable with myself. I do what I do, and the way I do it, if people don't like it, they can suck my ass. Because at the day, bro, if you ain't feeding me, fucking me, or financing me, I could give zero fucks about your opinions towards me. I live my life, and I'm going to do what I want to do. And if it gets me in trouble, I've been in trouble. If it gets me in trouble, it gets me in trouble. I deal with the consequences of my own actions. But I don't want to be the center of attention. I don't care. If you like me, if anybody in this chat likes me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. It doesn't. Yep. At the end of the day, it's not going to affect me, bro. I'm not going to lose any sleep over whether or not somebody in this fucking chat likes me or not. I really give a fuck less. You know, so
I got a question to rebut one thing you said. You know what an NPC is? Like not
really. I don't.
Well, put it like this, okay? They did studies, and I don't know if do you have like a person in your head, like, you know, when, like, are you able to think out loud in your head? Like when you're about to go into a gas station, you see a guy that looks kind of creepy, you think in your head, this dude better not, you know, in your head though, or do you just like make a move and you don't have nothing second guessing in your head?
I'm always very situational awareness, and I do play back scenarios in my head because I'm big on being prepared, bro. I'm big on being prepared for whatever is my environment. I want to know my environment. I go into some place, I'm going to scope out my environment. I'm going to scope out the people in my environment. That's just being a smart fucking individual and knowing where you are and knowing what you may or may not have to do. So yes, if I'm walking in a gas station, there looks like some shady motherfucker standing right there. Of course, I'm going to take a peep at him and say, you know, he looked kind of funky, and I'm going to be on guard if he makes a movement towards me in a manner that I have to either protect myself or protect my family or whatever the case may be. I'm going to be prepared to do that. So that's just using common fucking sense. I don't ever walk into someplace dumb. And that's the last thing you want to do, is walk into any place as a dumb. And that's when you get stuck, and you're the one getting if I'm walking up to the gas station, bro, and I see the lady with her hands up at the front door, or if I can look in the window and I see somebody with their hands up, chances are she's being robbed. Why the fuck am I going to walk in that store? But you know how many dum-dums walk in that store because they don't pay attention to shit? So if you walk in there blind and dum-dum and you get caught up, that's on you for being dum-dum. Hopefully you learn your lesson. I don't want to learn that lesson the hard way. So I keep track of my shit, and I peep shit out that I know I want to be safe.
Well, the reason why I asked you that was because they did a study. NPC is pretty much, it was a movie that they made that they based off of like NPCs. So what happens is they say only 25% of the country actually has that mind, you know, like that thing in your brain that like gets you to think whatever, that everybody else they don't think that way. So when you have like, they call them blondes. You have the blonde at the Tesla, at the gas station trying to pump gas in the Tesla. She literally is not thinking. She's literally just one track mind. She thinks nothing but wake up, go work at Starbucks, freaking go see my boyfriend, go home and sleep, then wake up in the morning and do it again. Like people that can do the same exact thing over and over. I used to be one, like somewhat, to where I would do the ride share, same thing over and over again and get the same outcome and wake up the next day angry with the same outcome. Now I'm finally living a free will life. So the reason why I say that is because you have people like I used to be before I realized what the difference from a conservative and a liberal was. I used to do everything the Democrats told me to do. So whatever Democrats told black folks was right, like hate white people because of this, or the government screwed you over because of this. You lost all your money because you decided to just blow it. It's some way the white man's fault. That's the victim mentality I used to have back in 2012. Then when I moved to Vegas, first time I got around like conservative black men are actually successful wearing suits and doctors, lawyers, because in Ohio you don't really have that that often. It opened my mind up. I'm like, oh my God, you got white, black, everybody, anybody can be a piece of shit and anybody can be a great person. Like it ain't just like in Ohio, it's like most of the blacks were like struggling, trying to be drug dealers. We're not professional people. But in Vegas, first time in my life, majority of black people that I see on a strip and Henderson and all of that, they're just normal people. Like it ain't no group, it ain't no color based on being a piece of shit or not. So that changed my whole outlook in life to where I'm like, okay, I could be something. So I went from working 45 hours thinking it was a hard life to like working 80 hours, which is what started my gig work experience. So I'm making $2,000 a week now, and I'm the happiest man in the world because I make more money, like with my own two hands, not inheriting it, than I ever made in my life. It was life changing. So now I'm trying to get people who are NPCs, people who don't realize that it's a way out. They're literally screaming racism and slavery and all these things are the reason why they're in a bad place. And they think that you being Roy, you're white, you got this so-called privilege that I know in some institutions you do got some of more benefit than others. But for the most part, we're equal. Poor white people and poor black people, you're equal for the most part in 2024. So I'm trying to get and encourage these people to not think that they have to do crime. They have to like destroy a community. They have to do drugs. They have to be hoes if they're poor and want to get up fast. You can just do what I did, which is go and grind and bust your butt. And like I said before, in Ohio, Midwest, East Coast, like East half of the country, you got that more than ever. So that's the reason why when I say NPC and how the music affects people, because back when I didn't know any better, Lil Wayne, he's the reason why I got 3 tattoos on my body. I got a skull and bones, which I got it covered up. I got it for Lil Wayne because it was part of like a rock star days. And then I got a cross here because of freaking 2 Chainz at the time. It was him and Lil Wayne. And I was influenced. I was selling pounds of weed to my fraternity for the most part, fraternity brothers, every 2 weeks just to be cool because Lil Wayne and them all was about selling drugs and all that. So you gotta understand, it sounds ignorant, but this is a reality because I never met a black person the whole time I was in Ohio, like Midwest, never met a black person other than my aunt, but she didn't come around, who was actually financially successful. If the other people that did the right thing that would tell on you, like the neighbors that would be like anal, we would call them Uncle Toms, they're stupid, F them. Now I'm like, they're the freaking heroes of the community. So that's the reason why I'm saying we kind of got to push the right way of living to certain people because we're just easily influenced people. Poor people are easily influenced. We hope that we can have this life that just ain't going to happen unless you work hard because of what I think liberal media and Democrats push. They push, you can get the American dream by just sitting in your ass and you're going to get lucky and wake up one day rich, rather than conservatives that push, dude, you're not going to get rich. Dude, you're not going to get middle class. You're not going to get nothing if you don't get off your ass and work. Stop waiting for a handout. So that's the reason why, I push that message. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think like the 2-party system causes poor people to rely compared to the other that pushes people to go get?
Well, people, in my opinion, people are a product of their environment. So if you were raised in an environment that promotes all this crazy shit you're talking about, you're gonna grow up doing that crazy shit because that's all you know in your life. A lot of people haven't been shown anything like that. They haven't been shown anything different. They lived a life of where their dad was doing crime shit, their mom doing crime shit. They live that life. They see it. And when you talk about people have this one track mind, it's because that's the way people are being raised now. They're being raised that they are the know-it-alls. They're the best. And so they don't take the time to pay attention to what's around them because they think they're the center of attention. And the only way you're going to wake these people up is they got to be slapped in the fucking face, bro. They're going to have to take a reality. It's like when you got all these guys out here treating these sixes like tens, and then you got all these sixes running around here thinking they're tens and that they can pull the $1 million man and shit. And then when they turn 40 and they're by themselves, or they got 3 kids from 4 daddies, it's a fucking wake up call. And the only thing I think society needs to do is start waking up and just start teaching people the real. People need to start teaching the real, and that's the thing. And people don't want to teach the real. Like I said, the lies are accepted, and the truth is considered bad. And until we flip this shit around to where people can understand the truth is the truth and the lies are the bullshit, it's never going to change. It's only going to get worse because everybody wants to pander. Everybody wants to make everybody feel good. Like me coming on here right now, I don't give a fuck how you feel about me, bro. I came up here because you were talking about that, and I wanted to discuss the issue.
I appreciate that.
I don't give a fuck what anybody in here thinks, and that's the thing. I was raised by a really strict father, a strict, military dad, and I took responsibility. I got my ass whooped every time I've been to jail. I took responsibility. I dealt with it, and that's the problem. Nobody wants to hold anybody accountable, and that's the problem. We don't hold people accountable anymore for their bullshit actions. Like that big guy running up on Pedro. Maybe the big guy needs to get socked in the motherfucking mouth to realize, hey, you ain't what you think you are, and this is fucking reality. Reality ain't running up on somebody with the phone thinking you're all cool. Reality is you run up on somebody, you get socked in your fucking mouth, you won't do it again, hopefully, or you'll learn your lesson. And that's the problem. People are too quick to pander because they don't want to hurt fucking people's feelings. I don't give a fuck whose feelings I hurt. My life don't revolve around people's fucking feelings. And if what you say hurts people's feelings, let them hurt their feelings. If they can't handle it, or if I hurt your fucking feelings, don't come in the room. You obviously want to come in here, or all these people that feel if they're getting their fucking feelings hurt. Why are you in here if I'm hurting your feelings?
I don't understand that.
That's because they want to play victims, bro. They want to be the victim. Everybody wants to play a fucking victim. And that's the problem too. Everybody wants to play a victim. Like, oh, this guy's talking bad, so he must be talking about me. No, you're just playing the victim. Because maybe Dennis says something that resonates with you, that you're not grown up enough, man, to deal with it. Same with the females. If females, get their feelings hurt because I say you're a fucking 6, and because every other man said you were a 10, and when you face reality and figure out you're fucking fat or you're ugly, and you get a real man or somebody that says, hey, you're fucking fat and ugly, and you can't handle it, move the fuck on. Go find those simp motherfuckers that will tell you that you're a 10. Because I'm going to speak the truth no matter what. I'm going to tell you the way I feel, and I don't give a shit. And that's what we need more of nowadays, is motherfuckers just being blunt up front and telling people the fucking truth. Some girl walks up to you and says, hey, I want to be treated like a princess. Bitch, you weren't born by the queen. You ain't no princess. Don't act like one, So, and that's the same with the guys. Don't pretend you're a fucking baller when you broke. You riding shotgun in your friend's car, or you're driving your bitch's car. Don't fucking act like you're a baller when you're driving your bitch's car. You don't have your own whip. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it should be. Call them motherfuckers out. Just start calling people out that want to play the bullshit. And I'll call you out even if I don't agree with something like you. With you, I'll call you out on your bullshit, bro. I don't have a problem with it. Like when you said you had a gambling problem. You want to know my honest to God truth? Hope you learn from it, because I had a brother that lost everything from a gambling problem. He had to move out of state to get away from this shit. So I have no sympathy. I ended up fucking 2 years on probation because I was, fucking a girl that was fucking on drugs that I didn't know about, because I wasn't around drugs. I've never done drugs in my life. I didn't know the symptoms of what a drug addict is or a working drug addict. Cost me 2 years of probation and over, $50,000. So I learned from my lessons. Now I know to be more cautious when I'm around certain people, or if I want to date a certain girl. I look for signs that may get me in trouble. I'm not just going to go because she has a fat ass. Oh, I care what she looks like. I don't give a fuck. I rather have a 6 that wants to be treated right and treats me right than a fucking 10 that wants me to treat her like a princess and then treats me like shit. And everybody's out for the 10s nowadays. Settle with the 6. You'd be a much happier person. And that's the problem, because everybody says you have to have the 10. You have to have the 10. You have to have the 10. I don't give a fuck about a 10. I don't give a fuck. I want a 6. I'll have a 6 or a 7 that treats me right before I give a fuck about a 10. Because pussy's just pussy. I tell you right now, bro, I've never met a chick that has pulled that. And trust me, I've been in strip clubs. I'm 51 years old. I've got my fair share of poontang. And I've yet to see a girl pull down her panties and sunshine and rainbows pop out of that shit. So don't come at me thinking that you're something special because you got a twat between your legs. You're not. Show me some character. Show me what you're made of and shit like that. And that's how I'm going to judge you. I ain't going to judge you because you got a fat ass and titties. No, I'm not that. I'm not that guy.
I don't know if he's coming at you with this super chat. Mr. Boss, Big Boss, appreciate that $2 super chat. A very incel comment. I agree with everything you're saying. Like, we can't now. You got overweight women like Lizzo that we're supposed to show respect to. Just because it's like, the new culture, like 15 years ago, the chick would go to the gym if she wants to be a hot chick. Now she can just like walk outside and show some boobs and all the dudes are going to be thirsty for her. It ain't used to be like that back in the day. That chick was the last resort at the end of the club, end of the night.
Because the men nowadays, the men that are growing up nowadays haven't learned that just because you don't use your dick, it's not going to fall off. I learned that a long time ago. If I don't use my dick, it's not going to fall off. But nowadays, it's like everybody's got to, you're the bigger man with the more people, with the more notches on your bed. You know what I'm saying? That makes you a bigger man. No, that makes you nothing. That makes you closer to getting an STD, makes you closer to, falling victim to some other bullshit. But I learned a long time ago, my dick's not going to fall off if I don't use it. So I'm not going to rush out there to do all this bullshit to try to impress a fucking female. I'm not going to do it. And unfortunately, more people need to be taught that your dick's not going to fall off if you don't use it. And you got to look for the right one. You know what I'm saying? You just got to look for the right ones. And if you got to go without pussy, you got to go without the pussy, then go without the pussy. Your dick's not going to fall off. So
yeah, it's real simple. And Christina, I'll tell you, you see, Christina knows, she's in the chat. She knows dang well that she got more benefits being the way she looks than other women next to her. Christina, when you were out trying to, get the guys and all that before, you were married, you literally stood next to a chick. You knew that you were getting chosen. You were getting skipped in front of the line, because of the way you looked. You kept yourself in shape. You didn't let yourself fall off. So it's just a reality that we're living in like times that we can't like use your eyes anymore. You're supposed to just, settle. And they asked, I'm pretty sure you had a 10 before, right? Somebody asked, did you have a 10 before?
Have I? Yeah, I've banged strippers before and stuff, bro. So it's not about that. See, that's what I'm saying. They say shit like that. Well, what if I didn't? What difference does it make? If I fucked an 8 or a 7 or a 10 or a 9, or it doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with the conversation. The conversation is quit lying to fucking females. If they're sick, don't call them a 10. That's what it boils down to. Yeah, I know my language is bad here, but it doesn't matter who you fucked. I don't give a fuck. You can still be the biggest giant piece of shit. You can fuck every 10 in the book. You're still a piece of shit if you're a piece of shit. You could be the nicest guy in the world and fuck every 6 in the world. What difference does it make? It doesn't matter what you've banged in the past or what you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's kind of the same equivalent with women who choose like literal bums, and they try to equate me. See, this is what guys don't understand, okay? They come on my channel and they think, I don't tell them everything. I don't tell them all about my money and anything that I have. It doesn't matter. But I'm literally living in a high rise. Okay, I got the bike by choice because it's easier to get around Vegas. If I need a car, my girlfriend who pretty much lives here with me. I'll take her car if I need it. They literally try to hang on to the fact that, like, you know, somehow I'm failing when everything is going great. I just changed and quit rideshare. So what they don't understand is, like, women are choosing guys who just play video games all day. They're not gentlemen. They don't respect the women. They come on here calling women bitches and hoes, the good ones, not the, you know, the ones that really are that, but like the good women. They choose those men and then they try to equate all men as that, you know. And then what happens is the guys that come on here and they hate that, like, you're keeping it real. They hate that you can get that good chick because you're going to treat her like a man should. They want that woman to be easy because, you know, ultimately the bottom feeding chicks that choose the, you know, low class men, they give those low class men a false sense of, like, I get all the chicks because, you know, whatever such. So I think ultimately it's causing men to hate each other. And then it's causing women to hate men because of the fact we're all starting to act alike, because you got the men that are good men, they get corrupted because they're like, okay, I got to be an asshole to get this chick. And I think it's more than ever now that you got social media and all these apps that you can manipulate your face and body and all of that to look like something you're not. So I just think it's just messed up everything. We were better off when you had to, like, approach a woman and talk to her and actually, like, invite her, take her out on a date and all that. I think now it's just overall bad. So now you have these dudes that just don't get life. They don't get that you're supposed to ultimately make money to have a comfortable situation that when you do get, you know, a woman that you want to marry, you can put her in that situation, everything's good. Now bro, they're all about.
Okay, you're talking old school shit, bro. In my opinion, marriage is a partnership. It's two people trying to working for. Well, you can say that if you want, but that's what it is. If you feel you need millions of dollars to get a wife, you have a problem. You have a problem.
No, not that. I don't think you need that.
But I'm just saying, true individuals that are looking for a real relationship and shit of that nature, it's a partnership. You are working for the common goal of both of you. You start off in a 1-bedroom apartment, the two of you build something together to where you're in a 4-bedroom house with a family and whatever the case may be. It shouldn't be, oh, let me go for the guy that has the 4-bedroom house right off the bat when you're at this level, when you're on the bottom tier. But because everybody told you you're something special, you're trying to shoot for the guy. Any guy that has millions of dollars and looks good enough to have any female he wants, why the fuck is he going to settle? He's going to use you for what you have, which is your poontang, and move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. And that's what women don't seem to realize is that you've been lied to, that you're this and you're not, and you're going to shoot for this guy. Yeah, you can get him because guys are dogs. Let's fucking face it. We'll fuck anything. Most guys will fuck anything. You lay a girl on the bed, whether she's a 2 or a 10, they're going to stick their ding dong in it. That's just how it is. That's how guys are. Let's fucking face it, bro. But you think the guy that's built up his big ass career and he's all the way up here in the 7 digits, 8 digits, going to give a fuck about some girl that's a 6 and just because he gave her some dick? No, he's not. He's not looking for that. He can have any girl he wants. He doesn't have to settle. No man that's in an 8-figure fucking price range has to settle for any fucking woman because he has women constantly throwing themselves at him, whether they're a 6 or a 10. So he doesn't have to settle. And that's what you're seeing nowadays is guys are waking up to the fact that they've busted their ass for the last 45 years, have built up their little empires. They're realizing that, hey, you know what? These chicks will throw themselves at me in the hopes that they're going to get something, and I don't got to give them shit other than some dick and show them the front door. And let's fucking face it, that's what's happening nowadays with society. Why the fuck would Dennis want to settle down when he has 10s, 11s, fucking every girl willing to spread her legs for him just because he has 8 figures in the bank? Why would you settle for one when you can have them all? You know what I'm saying? Why?
Yeah,
why
no, you're right about that when you got all that. I mean, I'm actually in that partnership. And I only got in this because I moved out here. I'm from Ohio, and we don't play the whole 50-50 and all of that until I moved here. And I found a woman that actually earns more than me. Never happened in my life because I dated bottom-feeding chicks, like chicks that were making like $15,000 a year. So I moved out here, and now I'm in a situation where we're 50-50 with everything other than rent right now. You know, every like dinner, she might pay one day, I pay one day. Like we're both doing everything together. So I feel you with that, and it makes my life better, because you think about it, when you get married, it's all your money anyway, both your money. And she's like, we're to the point of like marriage within the next year. So, you know, I'm with you there with the whole partnership. And it took me to meet her.
Right. Who are you going to have a stronger bond with? The girl you built something with, or the one that just walks into your life thinking she's going to get it? You're going to build a stronger bond with the one that stuck by your side and helped you build something. You build a bond there. You don't build a bond when I've already made my 8 figures. I don't build no bond with some chick that just walks through my door and willing to give up the poontang because she thinks I'm going to buy her Chanel. Fuck that. There ain't no bond there. I don't own that chick nothing. But if I get in a relationship and we build something together, you have an obligation there. She helped you build and make you the better man that you are, and at the same time, she's a better woman now because you guys built it together. And we don't have to live in a society. That's why our moms and grandpas are married 50, 60, 70 years, and they pass away together because they built a bond together, and they didn't fucking they didn't go out and fucking just, I got to find a guy with 8 figures right off the bat. No, your grandma and grandpa built something to what you have as their legacy today. And we need to get back to those type of old school family values where you build something together and you both have pride in what you've built together, which builds a bond that hopefully you will stay together till the end. You know what I'm saying? But now we live in this culture where it's like, let me just get this guy's shit and then I'll divorce him and then take all his shit. That's what's being promoted nowadays. And until we turn that shit around, nothing's going to change. It's only going to get worse. So,
yep.
And Christina, to be honest with you, Christina, guys are no different than girls. Guys know you got guys like I know. I'm 51 years old. I don't think I'm not trying to go out there and look for no 10s. I know better than that. And you got the guys that think the same thing. Big fat motherfuckers with no wallet thinking that they can pull an 8 or a 10. And so guys are no different than the fucking girls. They're just as, because mommy and daddy told them that they were special because you're my little boy. So they think, you're 400 fucking pounds, can't even see your dick, or haven't seen your dick for the last 10 years, that you can pull these fine ass chicks and shit. Come on, bro. Wake the fuck up. So guys are just as bad. So, and it's all about looks now. Let's fucking face it, bro. It's all about looks, bro. If the guy's sitting on the couch playing video fucking games, he has a 6-pack, the big pecs, nice guns, whatever the case may be, of course the girl's going to go fuck him before she fucks the fat guy with the pot belly, even though the pot belly has a good job. He takes care of his shit, because it's all appearances. Because she can go to her friends, and her friend might be the girl that is got the little pot belly guy that has his shit together, but she's going to be showing off, look at what I'm fucking. I've got this guy with the 6-packs, the big pecs, because it's all about looks. Yep. Well, yeah, that's why she'll pick that guy, because the looks, because it makes her look good, because he looks good, So
even if he doesn't have anything to offer, I mean, other than looks, I mean, I don't see. My thing is, like, I hope we get to, because I think we're starting to go away from being woke, and I think the whole Me Too is going away to where people are starting to live in reality now, to where, like, you still go to the bar, you smell good, and you actually have to court a chick, a woman. I think we're starting to get back to that, because it's kind of like, it's this whole participation trophy. Everybody got to be treated equally. I think it's starting to get old, and I think you're right. It has to go both ways. But I'm still under the understanding, though, that men, we still got to have something to offer in regards to, like, just something. You just can't come in with. But actually, you know what? Call me crazy. I came with nothing. I came out here on vacation and decided to stay because I felt like it was a better choice with what was going on in my life. And I had a woman that
Trenton, that's exactly right. You don't need money to be a man. Money don't make you a better man. Money doesn't nothing makes you a better man other than your moral character, the way you were raised. That's what makes a true man. Taking care of business and so on. Yeah, money don't make a better man. You could be the biggest asshole in the world and have millions. Don't make you a better man. So yeah, you're absolutely right on that, bro. And until people start, like I said, we need to get back to a culture where people realize it's not the size of the wallet which makes you a better man. It just makes you a better provider, but it doesn't make you a better man. Because I can have 8 figures and still beat the living fuck out of you every day. Or I can make 50 grand and treat you like the princess you want to be treated like. So money means dick at the end of the day when it comes to whether or not you're a good man. So you're absolutely right.
These people don't get it. These people don't get it that you're not phased. you're just cook them with logic. And you actually gave me, I mean, you changed my mind on a few things, because I got to be more comfortable in the fact that I have a woman that's with me from the start. As I grow and reestablish my life back to where I wanted to be, she's here from the start. She's been here from literally the start.
Yeah.
And that's better than me with the other relationships I was in. I had everything to offer, and they just took it and ended up running when it got hot. So yeah. I think that you're right about that. And I think the chat, a lot of these guys, I think we're talking to a lot of boys, you know, these young 20-year-old guys that ain't really gone through life yet. They think, you know, it's that type of game. They don't understand they're going to end up in their 30s with nobody, wondering, you know, what happened with all their money that they tried to, you know, invest in with women. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was raised to have money to get a chick.
Yeah, but you guys got to remember, Dennis, you're not here to save the world. These are men. These men have, whether they're in their 20s, they'll mature as they get older, and they will learn the same things that I may know, you may know at your age, whatever the case may be. You got to remember, bro, you can't change everybody. You can put your opinions out there like I do. I put my opinions out there. If you learn something from it, good. If you don't learn anything, or you think I'm full of shit, then think I'm full of shit. It doesn't matter, because if you have 100 motherfuckers in this room right now and one of them comes out with something you said that resonates with them, then you did a great job. You ain't got to impress all 100 of these motherfuckers. It only takes that one person to get to that one person to maybe change their train of thought, to maybe help them a little bit. And it doesn't even have to help them 100%. Even if they can take a little bit of what you said and it helps them, and if it's only the one guy, then you did your part. You don't have to impress all 100 of these motherfuckers. You don't have to change their mind. They will learn for themselves the hard way. And that's when it comes to me and personal responsibility. Learn the hard way is the best way. In my opinion, learning the hard way is the best way. You run up on somebody, they sock you in your mouth. There ain't no better teaching to learn not to run up on somebody till you get socked in your mouth. Everybody has, remember what Mike Tyson said? Everybody has a plan till they get socked in their mouth. That's how it is. That's life. And and I've taken it to the face lots of times, bro. And that's where a lot of the shit I come from and the things I say, it just comes from my own experience. Whether they believe me or not, I don't give a fuck. I just speak the truth. I just speak what I've been through. And if they don't understand that, or they think I'm full of shit and I'm just making shit up, let them think that. I know my life. I'm comfortable with my life. I'm comfortable with everything I've done in my life. So like I said, it only takes you to get to that one person. So if the people in the chat, they want to clown, they want to act goofy and shit, let them act goofy and shit. At the end of the day, bro, like I said, they ain't fucking you, financing or feeding you. You have a woman there. You guys are building something together. That's your focus should be on that. Your focus should be on making that the best they can be than worrying about these 100 motherfuckers in this chat and what they think about you or what they think about what's going on in life. You just come on to have a platform to share what you want, and it is what it is. If they don't like it, move the fuck on or say your stupid shit and let them do what they want to do. Fuck them.
I think they're enjoying this because we got to the highest numbers with and you know about this vertical live situation, right?
No, I don't. Like I said, bro, I don't come on YouTube for the look to try all this corny weird shit. I just come on to have a platform to talk to people and do whatever the fuck I want to do. Let
me just give you a little bit of game. I'm shocked Pager didn't tell you already. So what happens now is they're pushing the vertical lives. So if you do in StreamYard, you're live in vertical, they push you on the short speed. Now, normally people only get, a boost of 100 or whatever sets. But with me, when I talk about certain topics, they boost me to where at one point I was at like 1,800 people at one time. Now, what happens is these are real people that's in, but they might only be in for a split second because they click through and they might be like, this is stupid, I don't want to listen to this, and go to the next video. But then sometimes people stay because you're talking about something good. And these people subscribe to your channel. And the way to keep them is you have to, like your long form videos, as long as you push a long form video out around the same time as you're live for people to go to right away, then now you show up on their algorithm, because now the long form videos show up, but the short form video, just because they watch this video, unless they watch for like a half an hour or more, you won't show up again. So just keep that in mind if you ever want to, just get the boost and new eyes on your channel, this format. So this pretty much gives you like 100 to 150 for the most part, and like more views, and it helps if you're talking about good stuff. So just keep that in mind. Because I brought a bunch of people that became donors of the channel, like actually support the channel. A couple of them got memberships. So that's just something to keep in mind in the future. Now it looks like
just there's a comment from Christina. She'll say exactly what I'm going to say. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care, bro. It's like I don't care. Yeah, whatever works for you, bro. Like I said, I'm not like kicking your hustle. Do whatever you want. Whatever works for you. I just don't get into that type of shit.
I understand. So kid doesn't have a dad. It's hard to become. You good?
I gotta take a.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna go to the bathroom too. Okay, so guys, look, y'all gotta understand that when it comes down to it, with Roy on here, he's giving me a different perspective of life. Like he's talking about things that I'm learning now. No more am I gonna hang my head down low when you have the haters that try to talk about how I should have muted my mic, guys. This is nasty work right now. Nasty. The nastiest work in the world right now. I'm trying to sing. Let me sing over it. You're so beautiful in every single way. Do you let me down? You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful in every single way. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for y'all. That was some nasty work right there. Okay. Like I deserve to be smacked. I forgot to mute the mic, guys. I'm sorry. Nasty work. That's some of the nastiest work. Jesus Christ, we got a lot of comments going in right now. Am I using the bathroom next to my laptop? No, I went to my bathroom. At least put sink water on. No. He reported me. Yeah, I'm in a studio apartment. How is the mic? Because I got AirPods on. I forgot to mute my mic. Sing your song. I'm going to laugh so hard if he lets one rip. Nah, I didn't do that. That was wild. I'm so confused. Turn on the pause and just don't sing. Just a question. When doing shorts, is it best to pre-record a whole video then edit on a different app? Or is it better to just use the editing in YouTube Shorts and only record 60 seconds? If you got a good 60 seconds, then it's better to use 60 seconds of a video. And then this is the best way of doing it. You take the best, you look at the video that you want to do a short of, and you take, you look at the wave, and you take the best moment on that live or on that video, and you clip a minute of that, and then when it says related to, you put the related to video to that video. That way, if people watch the short and they liked it, if it's an explosive moment, they'll go and watch that whole video. Now you show up in their algorithm. That's how you do it. Because I put a video up earlier about how San Francisco look like crap now, and that brought people to a video of me talking about how California law is for protecting criminals.
What the hell is you talking about? Did you wash your hands?
Said the other guy pooping.
No, dude, no, I was taking a piss. That motherfucker wasn't going to end, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
I like this other guy's channel. Yeah, go to the other guy's that's the other guy. Go to Roy's channel. And Roy, if you want, I don't know if it's too late. If you want to put underneath, subscribe to my channel so they know you got a YouTube channel, because people don't do that. And people, I found Roy because he was in the middle of drama with this guy, and I didn't know nothing about the guy, and I heard him talk about this is the twerp saga. So they were going at each other, and I'm like, oh shoot, just like Stone Cold Steve Austin, he owes no punches. So I go to his channel, and he just kept it real. And at first, I was about to troll Roy, but then when I heard the man talk, I'm like, what the heck? He's keeping it real. What can I troll him about? And I'm I wrote in there Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Christina, the mic is wired in. I can't take it. You want ASMR waterfalls in the bathroom? Fuck that.
But yeah,
no, I'm gonna have to head out here soon because I do got to work in the morning. So.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm about to go out too.
Yeah, I just thought I'd come up here, and, because you felt like I know you said you felt kind of like what the fuck,
salty, pretty much.
Yeah, you were coming off like you got your feelings hurt, But
yeah,
no, it wasn't.
I was a little salty. I'm like, Jesus. But no, next time I'm not going on Pedro's Live unless it's only one person on there, because it's I got to be able to. I'm deep, so I'm deep where people pay attention. But like when I do those like one-dimensional, like you gambled away your money or you did, no, I want to explain what happened. So that's when I got to make sure I don't go nowhere unless I'm able to explain and make it make sense. But y'all got anything I want to ask Roy before he goes? I know y'all was going in. Yeah, Roy's channel is Real Talk with Roy. Let me put it up here real quick. Yeah, go subscribe. And
that's the only way to smoke in 100s. Yeah. Smoking them shorts. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay $9 for a cigarette. I'm gonna. How do I feel? Roy? How did it feel
to cook me? He cooked me a few times. I love it. You gotta understand. He's keeping it real and he's respectful. He didn't come on here to try to like make me look stupid, and he didn't. He educated me on some things that I didn't know. I was letting y'all bully me out of a good thing. Like my girl, she's holding it down. She's a nurse making good money, and they got me feeling like insecure about that. You know, I'm happy he came over here and like brought me, humbled me.
You guys are
keeping it real.
I'm a dork. I don't give a fuck. It's fine. I'm gonna be a dork.
Yeah, Austin Warner.
Yeah, I'm a fucking dork. Look, I got anime pictures up on the wall and shit, and I have a collection of fucking action figures. Yeah, I'm a dork. So what? Makes me happy. It makes me happy to be a dork. I don't give a fuck.
Yep, I appreciate
that. I ain't here to fuck. I ain't here to impress nobody. I don't give a fuck. Think I'm a dork? I'm a dork. Who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. I'm a dork with money in the bank, money in my wallet, and I do my own thing whenever the fuck I want. So I'm a dork that does whatever he wants when he wants, and that's how it works. I can be the dork. I don't care.
That's all that matters. Shout out to Noodle. So yeah, whenever you gotta go, just you can head out.
Easy earring guy. Okay, come on, bro.
Easy earring. You got JR with the hatch. Good night, y'all. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you this real quick. I didn't read this right, and this guy gave me a super chat for $5 and said to say happy birthday, and I didn't read this until just now, and I realized I had this banner up for like a whole half an hour last week, and I didn't know that this was a joke.
Yeah, it's all good, Austin. I'm good, man. It's good, Austin. We're good.
Like Christina,
bro, my mom has said worse things than you guys can say to me, so I've heard it all, bro. I'm 51 years old, bro. There ain't nothing you can say to me I ain't fucking heard 10 times, so it's all good, bro. So it's all good.
Shout out to the Noodle.
Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and explain that. Yeah, you just didn't give us enough information to speak on shit, so that was the whole issue. Like, and I, because I was waiting for you to talk shit about me, because then I really would have went off on your ass. But I was like, no.
I could have made it entertaining, but I actually had a point that I was going to make. I was going to say that once you get money, like I'm talking about like $1 million plus in your account, it changes your life. You realize money does matter, and when it comes down to it, because it makes you more comfortable, and it's only in that aspect.
Money makes life easier, doesn't necessarily make it better. That's what people need to understand. Yeah, money makes your life easier, but it doesn't necessarily make it better. We know people with millions of entertainers, average Joes, millions of dollars, they off themselves on the regular. So yes, it makes life easier. You can easily pay your bills. You can, like you said, easier go out and get that poontang, easier eat whatever you want. It makes life easier, but it doesn't make it better. And that's what people need to really understand. Yes, you can have all the millions in the world. Doesn't mean you're going to live a better life. You'll live a more comfortable life, and because you can only buy so many things to make you happy. If you can, there's no amount of money that can buy happiness. Let's fucking face it. Why you got if you're happy having why you need 24 cars? You can only drive one fucking car. So does it make you happy to have 25 cars? Then it makes you happy. Does it? To me, buying 25 cars because you can shows you're overcompensating for something, But and I'm not jealous of anybody that has millions of dollars. More power to you, But like I said, does it make you a better man than me? I mean, let's say I make 30,000. Does it mean Dennis is better than me? Than he makes $1 million? No, I don't give a fuck. Because like I said, I do me. I'm not looking to impress nobody. That's the problem with most people. They want to impress everybody. I'm not here to impress you. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I go to work every day, do my thing, come home, do whatever I want to do. I'm not here to impress. And people need to realize you're not here to. Who do you have to impress? Who do you have to impress? At the end of the day,
God.
At the end of your day, your tombstone's going to say the same thing as mine or something close to it. Dennis was a good father, husband, blah, 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 whatever. It's going to say the same shit. And like I said, you ain't taking those millions with you at the end of the day. So, so at the end, so just do what you got to do to make yourself happy. That's my whole goal. If I really want to say anything, my whole goal is just do what makes you happy, regardless of what other people think. Too many people are worried about what other fucking people think than just to make themselves happy. And you're making yourself miserable trying to make other people happy instead of just making yourself happy. And that's the end of the goal. Here's lies. Austin, you busting my balls, bro. You bust my balls, Austin. But it's all
He's going in. We got a new sub. We got
he's good, bro.
Trophy City USA.
He's good.
Trophy City USA is going to subscribe to both of us. So I appreciate you, Trophy. Noodle, make sure you subscribe. And Austin,
that's a whole goal. That's my whole goal. Just try to just make yourself as happy. Yeah, making yourself happy, Christina. That's a lifelong journey. You can't make you're always going to find something that's going to push you back. So it's a lifelong journey, But as long as you make that journey as happy as you can, it is what it is. That's all it is. Just be happy. Do things that make you happy. Don't do shit to impress other people, because at the end of the day, they don't mean shit. They're not going to be at your funeral. I'm not here to try to impress what's his name, Austin. I'm not here to impress Austin, because Austin ain't going to be at my funeral. So why do I need to impress him? Why do I need to entertain this stupid shit? I don't. So I don't have to impress him. You know what? He's not going to be at my funeral at the end of the day. So, and too many people are trying to make all these people happy at the den. Look at him. He said subscribe. Yeah. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Too many people are worried about making other people happy that are never going to be at your funeral. They will never say nothing nice about you at your funeral. So make yourself happy, and then the people, it'll gravitate to everybody else around you. So.
No, definitely. Well, I start my first job tomorrow, so yeah, I'm about to cut.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Yeah, I gotta be up early. I gotta go work that W-2 life, man. You know how it goes.
Yep, definitely. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and you can come on anytime.
Not a problem, man.
I'm on here. Any last words? Anything you want to tell the people?
No, good. I'm glad everybody came in. I hope you all had a good time, and like I said, hope you all just had a good time, man. Listen to a couple motherfuckers just shoot the shit. That's at the end of the day. That's all it is. We're just here to shoot the shit. As long as we're not talking about work, I'm cool. We can talk about anything other than fucking work. We could talk about how Austin just don't like me. And we could talk about that for an hour if we had to, but it's all good. But you guys all have a great one. Be safe out there. And
you too. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Man. Thanks for coming on.
Yep, anytime, bro.
Yep. No, I appreciate that. Thanks. All right, so guys, we're going to I'm about to exit. I'm gonna be on tomorrow, guys, at about I'm gonna try to get on in the morning. It's gonna be about 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'm gonna put the thumbnail up tonight, so y'all gonna know what time. Any of y'all that want to come check out tomorrow. I'm gonna try to incorporate more of the panels on these lives, and then I'm gonna do my pre-recorded videos and try to build that up with the views. But I'm gonna just keep these live panels for the most part, because I think it'll be better. And I'm gonna try to keep them around 2 hours max. Okay. Shout out to Christina. You're a machine. I got to always tell you, you're a machine. You're MVP. We got Madej in the building. Shout out to you. So y'all got any questions? I appreciate that, Austin Warner. And then y'all got any questions for me before I go? PSN, PlayStation Network, Impulse, Alan J. Shout out to you, John Malkovich. We got John Malkovich in the building. Just left. Shout out to Roy. And by the way, I saw a comment that said I would never disrespect him or say something mean to him or something. You're damn right. You know why? Because he is a real man. Shout out to Queefador. Appreciate that. Queefador. Shout out to you. Roy's a real man. Okay. It's real talk with Roy. Real talk. You might just put real talk. So put exactly, make sure it pops up exactly. It's real talk with Roy, but you can put real talk Roy. It'll probably pop up still. You're going to see it. It's gonna be a bunch of videos that pop up. Go subscribe to him. Okay. So I want y'all to remember he's a real man. So I don't need to. I appreciate that, Mada. I hope I'm saying it right. Mada. I hope I'm saying it right. I want y'all to understand. He's a real man. He came with respect, and he wasn't insulting. Okay, and when it ain't about black panelists, because guess what? There's been black panelists that came on. Alonzo came on. Did he have any? Were we disrespectful to each other? No. Tour guide, he came on. Was I disrespectful? Were we disrespectful to each other? No. There's a bunch of people that came on who were black who weren't disrespectful. The issue is y'all don't understand that you gotta act like a man to be treated like a man. Roy came and acting like a man. And then on top of that, I'm gonna be in Vegas this coming weekend. And I ain't trying to bump into him after I said something crazy. I'm just playing. No, I don't talk behind people. I can go in. If I do, it's gonna be in more of a debate conversation. It ain't gonna be, oh, this dude is stupid. He's ugly. That's just childish. So you gotta understand, when people go to that point of calling you dumb, stupid, or whatever because you disagree, that's when it gets to a point of disrespect. Okay? And Roy won't do that because he'll say it to your face, straight up. Like, he doesn't hold back. And he told me that he didn't agree with a lot of stuff, and he changed my mind with the whole Cali girl with the money situation. Me trying to put money is what men need more so to get the chick. It didn't make sense. So, yeah, it looked like Bob Joe came in for a couple minutes. What the heck? Jesus Christ, Bob. What are you doing? But no, Austin, I'm not saying y'all not adults. What I'm saying is the people that come on here on my panel, sometimes they start acting childish and disrespecting and not wanting to have a conversation. You see how I hit Roy with all those comments, all those topics and questions? See how he answered? And then when he didn't want to answer, he would something which he answered everything for the most part, but he would just move it to something else. That's how you engage, and that's how you have a conversation. It ain't got to be negative. It ain't got to be hateful. So I don't know why y'all be making it seem like it's so hard to, fathom. That's all I'm trying to say. I do kick. I have been kicking them out lately, but I don't want to have to do that every time. It's pointless. Pointless. But look, I'm about to go, guys. Christine, are you going to be up for half an hour? I'm going to shoot you a text, or tomorrow is better. Because I keep saying I'm going to call you, and I never do. I can just, if it's better for tomorrow to call, but tonight I can just text you what I'm going to do with this whole schedule, because we got to make money. And the time is now, and I got this job. I don't care if it's me streaming for 6 hours, different things. We got to do something, because we got to sell T-shirts. We're about to be lit. Okay, we got a lot going on. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to start maybe doing some video outside, like just walking around LA, showing y'all, LA, doing bike. I got to do something, different for 6 hours or not. It ain't necessarily more. It's more of like quality. So I think I got to figure out what we're going to do here. That music kind of cringe, but I got to keep the music playing because it's helping. We got up to 311 people in here at one point. That's crazy. Roy brought the people with him. You got to understand, YouTube, the algorithm just pushes you sometimes. It's crazy. They just say, you know what? Let's give it to you. I got to 311 people at one point, which is crazy. Okay, so I'm going to reach out because I know, Christine, you be a machine out here all day, every day, working. Yeah, Creepador, you're right. Something I enjoy. No, I enjoy doing those pre-recorded videos. The one I did earlier this morning with kids giving people the case of the beats was pretty cool. I got a couple other things I want to talk about. I'm just trying to change people's mind on life and blow with that. But look, guys, I'm going to go. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm going to eat another cookie, and I'm going to go to sleep. I got a job tomorrow. I'm going to go to sleep in about an hour. So I appreciate that, Mada. If you want to get the next live, you got to hit the alert button, because unless you go click on one of my videos, my pre-recorded videos, you have to hit the alert button so I can pop up. If you don't do that, I won't pop up. All you guys, hit the alert button if you want more. My lives be lit. Trust me. Let me show y'all one of my lives. Like one of my moments from a live the other day. It was actually kind of funny. Here we go right here. Let me show y'all.
as high as they are.
I'm gonna take my medication, by the way. I'm taking my.
This is what we be doing.
By the way.
Why just
turn your camera off, bro.
This is an abusive relationship.
I don't
Turn
know,
your
man.
camera
I ain't
off, bro.
talking to you no more. I'm gonna talk to Dwight.
I'm taking my
Turn your
bipolar
camera off,
medication
bro.
right
You're
now.
muted.
I hear you, Mr. Original.
I haven't taken it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, turn your.
this will be
Bro.
this will be happening.
Let me cut it on for him. Hold on, let me cut it on for him. All right, now we can hear you.
No, we
Nah,
can't.
man, he got that thing muted.
Hey, bro. Bro,
Appreciate that, Creepador.
I'm getting sick.
You naked?
Bro, why you bro outside?
Other side came out.
I gotta,
Bro, is you
naked? I gotta pause this. I gotta take it off camera.
Ain't no
Bro,
way
can you like remove
ain't
him
no
out
way
there?
you
Just
on here
remove him,
doing-
bro.
I know you ain't on here pulling the
Just remove him,
Oh,
bro.
what's up? Oh shoot!
You
Appreciate you, Noodle. See you later.
Use the content, bro. Just remove him,
This
man.
was my last. This was
Look,
my
dog,
last
you better not be
stream. If
butt
you go
naked
look at
talking
the
to
stream
a group of men,
from
man.
like 3 days ago, actually 4 days ago.
I'm telling you,
Was you really naked?
I don't know.
Go to like the
I'm not
last
gonna lie,
2
that's not gonna
hours.
bother me.
Turn a thing.
OG white mouth.
That was scary. I hope he ain't mad at me now.
No cameras on no more, bro.
I'm taking my medication right now. I hope he ain't. Man, I hope he ain't mad. He looked like somebody I don't want mad at. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Bro,
Daddy's help. That's for
listen,
sure.
I
Yeah.
rose 3 kids that graduated high
Christina, I'm saying Edge and Legend.
school, sis. Again, I don't just stay at home and don't pay bills. I'm paying rent. I'm paying
This is
for
just
the
some nasty work, guys. I'm not trying to put him on blast. It's just a lot of nastiness happens on my channel. Okay. I didn't mean to do that, but I had to do what I got to do. I'm sorry. Especially when he spent the whole live talking. So, yeah, that was that. But look, guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do some more. I'm gonna go cut my hair. That's the reason why I'm gonna go off. I got the clippers right here. I'm gonna cut my hair. My hair looks trash right now. I gotta fix this situation real quick. We got the clippers here, so we're gonna go do that. So appreciate y'all. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the like button on your way out. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. One day, Christina, whenever you're ready, you need to jump on here and do your live, Christina. Like, you got the juice to do it. Just come on here and just do it. You got the access to the back office. You just come on here and do your live and just put your link in the StreamYard. That way people can go to your channel to find you. That's what I would do if I was you, Christina. But look, guys, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm not getting a mohawk. I'm just gonna cut it all bald. I'm gonna literally cut it all the same length, pretty much, because I got this training to do tomorrow. But guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I gotta go. Like and subscribe. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thumbnail will be up tonight. I'm out. Peace.